Hey everyone, if you haven't met Sheldon the skeleton yet, Sheldon is a one to meet because Sheldon helps us understand our bodies more by being such a great volunteer that he's disappeared everything else and just left us with his bones. He's not empty though. He has been here for over a decade and has seen many, many clients. So we've got to give Sheldon his due because he is here day in and day out. But I want to give you one thing today that hopefully will help you. So in terms of the bones, the bony structures, if you're in pain, and I almost don't care what kind of pain, let's just say, some musculoskeletal pain, some neurological pain, because, that's what I work with. There are two basic themes that are going on when you look at Sheldon here. When you look at the skeleton, there are two themes that are going on. Can you guess what they are? Just give you a second to think about it a little bit. Can you guess what, can you see something inside of his bony makeup that calls to two things? Okay, you should have been able to come up with it by now if you could, but probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Okay, so there's one theme is that there are parts of the body that are significant in length, in area, but have very few bones and very few joints, right? Arms, legs, very few bones, very few joints. And then there are these other areas where you have like the hands, feet, spine, and ribs, where you have a lot of joints, right? A lot. Let's take a closer look here and turn Sheldon around. Sheldon, can you give a nice view of some of the joints of the skeleton? So when we look at the skeleton from a side view, look at all those joints in here, right? Not just vertebrae to vertebrae, but vertebrae to rib, and how many times is that happening? Lots of different articulations in there, right? Lots of different articulations. So there are two themes. The long areas with few bones, few joints, and these other areas with a whole bunch of detail, right? Wherever there's a bunch of detail, guess what? That means that those areas are supposed to move. They're made to move. They should be moving a lot. And if you're not getting a lot of movement in those areas, that's probably the number one reason that you're in pain, because you're not getting good, new, novel, full range motion in those areas. And it's not even enough to say that I'm an athlete. It's not even enough to say I'm a yoga practitioner, I'm a Pilates instructor. All of those types of people come in with pain and they haven't figured it out. My theory behind that is because it's not about the modality that people practice. It's not even about the modality that I practice. It's way less about helping people out of pain, is way less about modalities and which modality is better, who went to what school. No, it's about understanding a person, who that person is, their history, and how they use their bodies. Again, if you listen to other videos, you know that how we use our bodies is simply a reflection of what's going on inside of our brains. And that is the essence of everything. And that's how we ultimately get good results and good change.